Data to dump it.
All right, let's do it. You up for it, Ian? Pause.
Yes, I am.
All right, so you know how this works. Is data dump it. We're going to talk about some stocks, whether they are viable to be in a relationship with or not. Let's start with Adobe, man. They reported last week they're up 15% after their solid earnings call. They unveiled some major advancements inside of the world of artificial intelligence. We know how this goes, man. So what's your thoughts on Adobe?
I love them in theory, but gotta love you from a distance. That's my favorite line to go to. High in 22 was 669. No, 699. I mean, they've had a good rebound this year, but they're too late to the AI wave, and I'm not believing some of these AI advancements. And so when I'm looking at the space as an investor, everyone write this down. You have to decide if they're the best in that category. They're not better than Meta when it comes to AI. They're definitely not better than AMD, not better than NVIDIA, not better than OpenAI. They're not better than Apple Intelligence, quote unquote, not better than Microsoft for that reason. Can't do it. Can't do it.
It feels like this is one of those companies that's going to be like directly affected when we're talking about what artificial intelligence can do as far as creation. If you think about Adobe Acrobat and, people still use the product. But
people still use it, and they find a way to get that monthly fee out every month for sure.
The way people are using ChatGPT now, especially for imaging, I mean, you can see as this keeps advancing. Obviously, Apple's doing stuff, and if that keeps advancing, it almost becomes, do I even need this service?
Yeah. And
unfortunately, I don't know. I think that the answer might be more people will answer yes. I don't need this anymore. So we'll monitor that. All right, let's do ADP, Automatic Data Processing Inc. They're up 4% year to date, kind of trading sideways over the past couple of months. For those not in the know, it's a global technology company engaged in providing cloud-based human capital management. So they obviously that focuses on HR, payroll, talent, time, tax, etc. What's your thoughts around ADP?
Not a bad company. If you've held this long term, the company's done incredibly well. I don't think that they're going anywhere. But if I'm looking at enterprise, they wouldn't be the first one I would lean upon for sure. So I'm not saying it's a dump. It's in the maybe one day folder. Like I like it if I can get it maybe at 201.57. Solid company, boring business, margins are not bad. But I think there are a few companies in that space that are a lot better in overall enterprise. Wouldn't date it. Maybe. Fellas, if you get a maybe from a lady, it's a no. But I must be politically correct and say
it's not
maybe big facts. Or if they tell you maybe in a couple of months, oh boy, quit DMing. It's over with. Yeah,
not the greatest response. All right, a couple we spoke about. Definitely during the pandemic, haven't brought it up too much recently. Abbott Laboratories, ticker ABT, they're down 6% year to date. Global healthcare company. What's your thoughts around Abbott? We dating, we dumping?
If I can get it at 84, I would definitely take it on the date. Definitely, I like Novo better, like Eli Lilly better, like Stryker better. But if I can get it at a price or like a low to boat price at 71, big date. But it's based on those two prices for sure. It's a lot of competition in the healthcare space, but I do think that they are promising. If you look over the long-term history of the stock, they always have done well. You're going to have a down cycle for sure or a flat period. Normally, they'll give you 3 or 4 years where things just kind of boring, and then they'll take off. So if I can get it at 71 or 84, yeah, I'd definitely take it on the date.
All right, let's talk about CrowdStrike, man. Ticker CRWD. Shout out to everybody that was listening over the past 2 weeks, past 3 weeks for sure. Definitely everybody that was obviously in the class of a day. We spoke about CrowdStrike, the leader in endpoint security, had an incredible earnings call again. And then when we talk about consolidation, this is another one of those spaces. If you look at cybersecurity, about 30.
You talk about it.
30 companies.
Many monopolies being built, right?
Yeah, it's like, all right, who all right, we got to give some of these companies, they're all doing the same thing. Who's going to be the leader? I think Crowd has stepped up to the front as the leader. Palo Alto's probably in that conversation. Zscaler to a certain extent. They're up 55% year to date. What's your thoughts around CrowdStrike?
I'm definitely going. I'm buying a ticket. We're going planning a date. I'm buying a bag. I'm love bombing. CrowdStrike, one of them ones, yo. Fellas don't do this in real life, but for CrowdStrike, ooh, been on a tear, man. Amazing company. I think they'll eventually have a mini monopoly or a legal monopoly. I mean, going back to last year when they were at 127, they're now at 386. There isn't much more to say. And it's needed. As more of these hacks happen and data breaches happen, they're going to become more important. Definitely a date.
Yeah. You look at the environment, the economy that's being built around. We talked about data centers. They're susceptible. They need security. So if there's going to be more data centers, obviously this is. Yeah, I'm with you on this. This is definitely. Did you say love bombing?
Yes, that's what the girls who are unhealed say when you do anything nice for them. That's why I do nothing nice. We'll talk about it on Blackout Ain't a Shotty. Oh my God, you came on.
Right,
Okay, cool.
Put the love bombing in quotations, please. This will be a segment.
Great. Life was a shambles, and I get you 2 little flowers from Venus Etoufflair, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Won't do nothing. Go ahead, Mama. You plan the date.
Mom first. Let's go to Newmont Corporation. Ticker is NEM. This is a different sector for us. Gold company, producer of copper, zinc, and lead as well. What's your thoughts around NEM?
No, it's a hell no. High was in 22, was at 86.37. It's currently at 40. Man, maybe if Roaring Kitty gets behind it for 3 or 4 days, I mean, maybe optimistic on a swing trade, but no, not until maybe $17, and then that's technically giving it a penny stock kind of vibe. Anytime they hit those highs of like 70 or 60, they fall like 55%. I'm good on that. I don't need that kind of volatility in my life, so no, we got to dump this one.
All right, this is let's switch sectors again. This time, let's go to the financials. Let's go to Capital One. Ticker is COF. I mean, if you look at the 5-year chart, obviously from I guess the pandemic when it was trading, where are we down? All the way down to what? $54.
Yeah,
rebounded nicely post pandemic or like 2022. Been kind of trading sideways over the past couple months since 2024. We've seen an uptick. What's your thoughts on Capital One? Obviously, interest rates play a part in this, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, what are we doing here? We dating, we dumping?
Gotta dump kindly. I like the business of Capital One. I do business with them. They're cool. Thank you for all the support and yada yada. But as a stock, no. That sideways turn after, like they did great in 2021 from 38 to what 170 or something like that.
Yeah, 180 intraday, 181 intraday.
Yep. And then, like you said, they've fallen down. And you have to be very honest. Are they the best in banking? And then when you consider banking, I think although it's not a complete comparison, if we're going to talk store value, Bitcoin is a better return on investment. So if we're just looking like pound for pound, no. Maybe I would probably lean on Chase a little bit more or BlackRock if I had to make a comparison in that space. So no, if my rule of thumb is if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. So no on Capital One. It's not them, it's me. Is it in your wallet? Capital One is sponsoring Best Fest and Market Mondays.
Big announcement.
My sentiment. Yeah, for real.
All right, man. That was about 7 we ran off, man. So every time that we're giving companies, definitely the ones that we're saying to date is if you're not invested in, definitely make sure that they're on your watch list because every now and then you're going to see an ELF be mentioned and you're going to see an ELF run. You're going to hear a CrowdStrike mentioned and you're going to watch a CrowdStrike run. So just be mindful of that.
Yeah. And I think what we're batting 100% on the ones we said we'd date.
Oh, they're looking good. They're looking marriage material.
Big facts.
Shout out to all the married people out there.
Yes.